Here at the Connecticut Resources Recovery Authority, those plastic bags you've been recycling are creating problems for the workers inside. Even though the construction work takes place at night, concerns and issues from Quinnipiac students continue during the day. In Connecticut, there are fines for distracted driving, but here in Cheshire, those fines can get to over $500 for repeat offenders. April is Distracted Driving Month, but here in Connecticut, that means changes to your routine law enforcement. Police departments in the state are focusing on stopping distracted driving with the You Drive, You Text, You Pay campaign. Each police department receives extra town, state, and federal funding for officers to work extra hours. Neil Dreif, the police chief in Cheshire, firmly believes in the program and that it is a good use of taxpayers' money to stop distracted driving.
So I think it's a problem here in Connecticut. It's a problem in Cheshire. It's a problem nationwide, and anything we can do. People aren't getting the message, and sometimes the best way to do that is through enforcement. In Connecticut, there are fines for distracted driving, but here in Cheshire, those fines can get to over $500 for repeat offenders. There are studies out there from years and years, for decades now that show that, actual enforcement of traffic violations is the best way to correct that behavior. To help each department enforce distracted driving, some departments have what are referred to as spotters.
Which is somebody who would be dressed like me in a undercover capacity or just a dress down capacity, not in uniform. And we might hide near a four-way intersection, we'll radio ahead to officers maybe at the very next intersection, who will actually pull those cars over into a designated area and we'll cite the drivers.
Distracted driving related crashes are an increasing problem. According to the CDC, there was 3,154 deaths involving a distracted driver in 2013, as well as 424,000 injuries involving a distracted driver in the same year, which is a 10% increase since 2011. So keep in mind, a simple text or phone call can have serious consequences. And for the month of April and beyond, local law enforcement wants your eyes on the road. Owen Kingsley, Q30 News. The new paving project on Whitney Ave could not have come any sooner, but Quinnipiac students are wondering, couldn't it have come any sooner? The paving begins here, near Dixwell Avenue, and ends here, close to Mount Carmel Avenue. Hamden's new paving project has been long overdue as the street contained numerous potholes. However, Hamden's decision to pave the road at the start of a new school year for Quinnipiac has come as an inconvenience for students. As they've torn up the old road, they've left hazards for motorists.
I've hit a cone because someone ran into my lane, so I hit a cone.
Even though the construction work takes place at night, concerns and issues from Quinnipiac students continue during the day.
I mean, the roads are always sort of annoying. You got to make sure you drive over the potholes and the sewer covers and things like that, and also make sure you avoid other cars, obviously.
The construction is very annoying, especially in the lanes that have like half paved higher than the other, so you can't really drive in that.
With an entire summer available to pave without college students flooding the area, Hamden has yet to comment on why they chose now to do it. The pavement is scheduled to be completed on September 22nd, so Quinnipiac students will have to wait just a little bit longer until Whitney is back to normal. Owen Kingsley, QNN.